Salute everybody. I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Checking the temperature at a Trump rally. You won't believe what I found out. But before I get started with this demonstration, if I could get everybody to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I want to welcome all of my Facebook audience. I want to welcome all of my TikTok audience. I want to welcome all of my Instagram audience. I want to welcome everyone whom this is your first time pulling up over here with Shank Rock and the Rock Squad. So I want to salute you all. I want to salute everybody that's catching this on the replay. I want to salute everybody that's watching from the clouds. I want to salute all of my moderators. I want to salute the whole Rock Squad, troublemakers, bartenders, and angels included. So, yes, I attended a Donald Trump rally. Why did I attend the Donald Trump rally? Most people want to know. I've heard it all. You being a black man, you had no business at that Trump rally. I've been called an Uncle Tom. I've been called a Sambo. I've been called a sellout. I've been called the dummy, a jackass. I've been called a coon. I've been called all kind of names because people feel as though me being black, I have no business being at a Trump's rally. People consider Donald Trump to be racist. People say that he doesn't like black people. People say that Donald Trump is no good for America. So I've took all these shots. And you all know me, I take shots all the time, but I still keep my head up and I continue on with my mission. And my mission is, this is my first time voting. I'm going to vote. And I started this mission actually 2 years ago on my TikTok. And I was asking my followers on TikTok, what party is the best party out of the Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, and liberals? I went far to asking about the president, Donald Trump. Biden was the president at the time. And I got a lot of good feedback. The majority of the people was telling me, do your own research. Do your own homework. Before you vote for any party, before you vote for any president, do your own research on the party. Do your own research on that president. So that's one of the reasons why I was at the Trump rally in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Let me salute individually, and then we're going to chop it up. Y'all. Salute James. Salute Rosemary. Salute Marie. Salute Positive Vibes. Salute Leslie. Yvette. Salute. Marie, salute. 7. Appreciate you for pulling up. Salute 7. Sagis, salute. Freedom of speech, salute. I remember I got cussed out by my family and friends when I voted for Trump in 2016. Let me read my disclaimer, and we're going to jump into this demonstration. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Now, me and Miss Parker both attended. Shout out to Miss Parker. She will be pulling up in a few. As y'all can see, that's me and Miss Parker. Miss Parker got on a red. Her shirt says Donald Trump for president. That's on the front. And on the back, she got Shank Rock for vice president. And there go me with my shades and my Donald Trump shirt. You down with Donald Trump? Yeah, you know me. Shank Rock. I'm wearing that shirt today. You down with Donald Trump? Yeah, you know me. Shank Rock. Now, when we first arrived, I mean, everybody was just looking, everybody was just watching us. I think out of 60, I believe it was 6,100 people at the rally. And I want to say out of 6,100 people, I believe me, Miss Parker, and maybe 5 other Black people. Salute, Jennifer. Appreciate you for pulling up. So, of course, me and Miss Parker, we stuck out like a sore thumb. I mean, everyone, I'm not going to say everyone, most people were acknowledging us. Most people were taking pictures with us. So you're going to probably see pictures all over social media with me and Miss Parker at the Trump rally. The Trump supporters were embracive. We talked, we shared stories with each other. We stood in the line. I think we stood in the line for maybe 2 or 3 hours. People was running up to me and Miss Parker. Can I get a picture with y'all? Can I get a picture with y'all? We had, I had at least 4 journalists from Japan that came up to me and actually interviewed me. Miss Parker done 2 interviews. Fox News interviewed me and Miss Parker. Spectrum News interviewed me and Miss Parker. Channel 13 interviewed me and Miss Parker. And 2 more news stations interviewed me and Miss Parker. So when we arrived, it was nothing but love. It was nothing but love. Positive Vibes says it was the bald head on you that stuck out the most. Positive Vibes wouldn't be Positive Vibes if she didn't roast me. So, I mean, when we arrived, like I said, it was very, very, it was like a warm welcome. Me, I've been in the trenches. I've been in the trenches, whereas though I've been around, and I've been in atmospheres, situations where I'm like this, and I'm definitely on point. So I'm used to hostile environments, if that's what you all want to know. Because let's be honest, I'm a Black man, and people, not all people, feel as though Donald Trump is racist. People feel as though his supporters are racist. Kate Carr says, so you're the new Diamond and Silk. Come on, y'all. Look, the Rock Squad wouldn't be the Rock Squad if y'all didn't roast the old man. So y'all come on and get y'all roast on. Like I said, people feel as though Donald Trump is racist. They feel as though his supporters are racist. So when me and Miss Parker was there, like I said, his supporters, they were talking to us. They gave us a warm welcome. And I know you can't judge a book by its cover, but when we arrived, I didn't sense any of the white people. Now, I don't know what their thoughts were. I can't tell you what their thoughts were, but I can say that they did embrace me and Miss Parker at the Trump rally. Like I said, we stood out in line for about 2 or 3 hours, and we had fun. We was out there laughing, joking, talking, and, you know, really, really just enjoying ourselves. Freedom of Speech Salute says, wow, Japanese journalists. Yes, 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 yes. There were Japanese journalists there. And like I said, 4 of them interviewed me and, you know, was just talking with me and all. And the whole rally was interesting. I mean, it was just very, very interesting. I believe one of the journalists was a Nikki Haley supporter. We had a fine conversation, and I have no harsh feelings towards Nikki. I have no harsh feelings towards Joe Biden. I have no harsh feelings towards Trump. As I stated before, this is going to be my first time voting. And at the looks of things, Donald Trump will be one of the candidates that we are able to vote for. Now, one thing about me, and I've always been this way, I never let how I feel about a person, I never let what other people tell me about this person make my judgment on this person. If that was the case, I wouldn't have no friends. If that was the case, I wouldn't be around no family members. If that was the case, I wouldn't socialize with nobody. Let's face it, Donald Trump is not the only person that people dislike. Believe it or not, there are people that dislike me. There are people that dislike you. There are people that dislike her, him. There are people that dislike their own selves. So for me, I have to find out for myself before I can say, okay, I'm not voting for Donald Trump. Before I can say, okay, he's this, he's that, I have to find out for myself. Now, I got very, very excited when he came out. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I got very excited when he came out. I was probably 5 rows. I wasn't that far from him. Look, me and Miss Parker, we were trying to work our way to the stage. We were trying to work our way to the back. We were trying to work our way up there. But of course, they had tight security. Secret services were there. And also, we didn't want to disrespect nobody. We didn't want to disrespect the event. So where they placed us to sit, that's where we, seated. Let me read a comment from Freedom of Speech. Freedom of Speech says, why do you think the Democrats have such a strong hold on our people? Why do Black people have this loyalty to a party that constantly keeps showing us their behinds? Exactly. And I'm going to get into that. She says, right, we as Black people get too much in our feelings over these politicians. Exactly. Appreciate the compliment, Jennifer. Jennifer says, I love your glasses. Appreciate the compliment. We as Black people, and we as people, period, because I do got to include white people and every other race in it as well. We as a whole, we get into our feelings. But let me talk to the Black people, and then I'm going to talk to the white people and everybody else. But let me just talk to the Black people with this, because I want to stay with y'all comments. But you're absolutely right, Freedom of Speech. Black people, we got to get out of our feelings, okay? We got to get out of, if this person don't like you, that person that's affiliated don't like you. Chrissy says, I'm Team Trump too. People get so mad. Right. We got, and see, to me, that's so high schoolish. Y'all remember back in high school? Remember when, if the crew that you was rolling with, remember if your homegirl or your homeboy that you was rolling with, remember if they didn't like a person, normally you went along with it and you didn't like that person either. until later on in life, you had a chance to actually meet that person and you find out, you know what? You ain't nothing like so-and-so said you was. So-and-so had me feeling some type of way about you. But now that I've done my own homework, now that I've actually sat down with you, you know what? You cool as an MF. And in fact, the same people or the same one that was telling you not to socialize with this person, not to socialize with that person, later on in life, you find out what about that person? You find out that that person was miserable. You find out that that person was toxic. You find out that that person behind your back was telling people not to socialize with you. You'll find out later on in life that that person behind your back is running your name for filth, running your name in the mud. So I was never that type. I was never that type to go off of what somebody else tells me about somebody else. I listen to what they say about Trump. I listen to what they say about Biden. Yes, I'm going to be at a Joe Biden rally as well, and a Nikki Haley rally as well. My vote, if my vote is going to count, and if I'm going to cast my vote, it's my vote. It ain't your vote. It ain't her vote. It's not his vote. It's my vote. I can vote for whoever I want to vote for. And if you have a problem with whoever I vote for, salute, Ebony. Let me give you your wrench. If you pull up and if you're a moderator and if you see you don't have a wrench, just bear with me. I made a mistake and I took wrenches from damn near every moderator, but I made a big mistake. So if you pull up and you was a moderator and you don't see your name in blue, just give me a minute and I put your wrench back. Ebony, I gave you your wrench back. But like I said, and I lost my thought, but I'll come back to it. Me, I'm going to find out for myself. Okay, so-and-so saying this about so-and-so. All right, let me see exactly for myself what it is about so-and-so. Because I'm going to tell y'all, Donald Trump is not the only one who people is running name in the dirt. They running my name in the dirt. They running your name in the dirt. They running her name in the dirt. They running his name in the dirt. We got to get out of that mind frame. Now let me talk to my white side of the family. My white side of the family. Y'all too have to get out of y'all feelings, because just like it's some black people that, oh, you voting for Trump, I don't want to have nothing to do with you no more. Believe it or not, there are white folks that feel that way too on my TikTok. Now, if you're over here and you're from my TikTok, and if you're white, you got to get out of your feelings. As a white man or white woman, European, Caucasian, whatever it is y'all want to consider yourself, y'all too got to get out of y'all feelings. Just because you got a problem with Donald Trump, just because you might got a problem with Joe Biden, you might got a problem with Obama, whoever you got a problem with, you can't enforce that on other people. You can't get mad at other people because they want to vote for Donald Trump. You can't get mad at other people if they want to vote for Biden. You can't get mad at other people if they want to vote for Nikki Haley. Whoever the person want to vote for, that's their vote. That's their right. They can vote for whoever they want to vote for. Marie says, Shank, question. Donald Trump is planning on take away SSI, right? This is just a question I am asking you. I do believe I did hear somebody make references to him taking away SSI. What do that mean to the American people if he takes away SSI? Is there anyone that would like to answer that question? If Donald Trump takes away SSI from the American people, what would that mean? One thing that I do want to say, this is what I want to say. As Americans, we have gotten so comfortable. We have gotten comfortable with our way of living as Americans. As Americans, some of us are still holding on to the old ideologies. Some of us are still holding on to the old-fashioned way. We have to evolve. We have to evolve. No, I'm not saying you got to give up your religion. Fellas, I'm not saying you got to give up your manhood. Ladies, I ain't saying you got to give up the kitty cat. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we got to evolve, people. Jennifer says, well, after we've paid in our whole lives, I hope it's there when I need it. Facts, Jennifer. Facts. But we got to get out of our own way. We are in our own way. And this is for us as Americans as a whole. White people, you are in your own way. Black people, we are in our own way. All of us are in our own way. Salute April. April says, I won't be able to make it if SSI is taken away because I don't have means to work. And I feel you on that, April. Now, I don't agree with everything that Donald Trump says. I don't agree with everything that he stands for. So I don't want people to think Shank is in agreement with everything that Donald Trump is standing on. I feel, and this is just my opinion, I believe that right now, Donald Trump is the best candidate to become the president. That's just my feelings, my opinion on this. I think out of Biden, I think out of Haley and Trump, I'm going to put my money on Trump unless I see something different. I'm going to put my money on Trump. And I'll get deeper. I'll go further into, some of the things that he said. I'll get into his policies and things of that nature. I got a whole lot to, discuss with you all. I got videos that I'm waiting on. I got pictures that I'm waiting on. So y'all just bear with me. This is probably going to be a 6 month. That will probably be covering this up until election time. It's too much for me to fit in one demonstration. Positive Vibe says, we not giving up our hair. We don't want to be bald. Nah, I don't expect y'all to give up y'all hair. But salute Zena. Like April says, she won't be able to make it if SSI is taken away. Most people won't. You can't live off SSI. Most people can't even live off of a 40-hour work check, a 40-hour week work check. So now that's definitely something that needs to be addressed. That's definitely something that needs to be addressed. Another reason why I attended the rally, because I was hoping that I would have had an opportunity to actually speak with Donald Trump. Even if it wasn't nothing but a few questions that, I was hoping that I would have been able to ask him, because I do have questions. Hey, Mr. Trump, this is going to be my first time voting. And, as it looks, I'm going to be voting for you. I'm going to be giving you my vote. But I do have some questions to ask. So that was another reason why I attended the rally, because I was, wanting to get and meet him so I could ask some questions. Salute the Negro Network. Salute. Yes, hashtag Trump 2024 USA. Yes, y'all can throw up the hashtags for Donald Trump. What's the science behind my shirt? You down with Donald Trump? Yeah, you know me, Shank Rock. Well, we know that. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me from Naughty by Nature. So a big shout out to Naughty by Nature, because I was looking for some kind of slogan. And when I heard the Naughty by Nature, you down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. I said, that's going to be perfect for me to do my shirt. Salute the full life. Salute the full life. Salute the full life. Appreciate you for pulling up. Now, when we got inside, we were one of the first ones to make it inside. It was at the Coliseum in Rock Hill, South Carolina. So now when we get inside, the atmosphere, as I stated before, the atmosphere was real chill and real laid back. The seats filled it up very quickly. This is what, let me ask y'all this question before I go any further. How is it that Donald Trump has these large turnouts? The Coliseum seats 6,100 people. That's 6,100 people. All those seats were taken. All those seats was filled. For Trump to get the backlash, for Trump to get the bad press, for Trump to get everything that he get, why does he get a large turnout? Salute the energy. Appreciate you for pulling up the energy. Salute. Why do y'all think so many people supports Trump? There were men, there were women, there were children. Why do you think Donald Trump gets the support that he gets? Somebody help me understand that. Why do y'all think Donald Trump gets the support that he gets? And I'm going to start playing some of his speech. Just give me a minute. As y'all can see, that's me standing in line. See, in the back, that's the Winthrop Coliseum. Y'all see me with my famous shades on. Y'all see me with my famous shirt on. You down with Donald Trump? Yeah, you know me, Shank Rock. Salute, Londa. Salute, Londa. I see you down there. Salute, Londa. Now, as I was stating earlier, this is my first time voting. Now, if this is my vote, right? It's my vote. Why can't I cast my vote on whomever I want to cast my vote on? If you cast your vote for Nikki Haley, I can't get mad. If you cast your vote for whoever you cast your vote for, I can't get mad. So why get mad at anyone that votes for Trump? I see you, Leslie. Salute, Leslie. Leslie says taking away SSI will hurt this economy more than it already is. You have disabled people that depend on that money. Now, that's a question for Trump. That will be one of the questions that I need for Trump to answer. If I ever get that opportunity to ask him, if you take away SSI, where would that leave the American people that receives the SSI? And I mean, I know just as well as y'all know, it ain't worth nothing anyway. It's really not enough to really live off. Really, it's just about that much to survive. That's it. And barely survive. So as I stated before, I don't agree with everything that Donald Trump says. I don't agree with everything that he stands for. So I don't want nobody to get it twisted. You hear Shank Rock? Shank Rock is a Trump supporter. You heard Shank Rock? Shank Rock is in agreement with Donald Trump. That's not what Shank Rock said. That's not what Shank Rock said. Shank Rock said, out of the candidates that he sees out of the ones that he is going to have to choose from. He's saying, Shankrok is saying that he's going to put his vote to Donald Trump because he feels like out of all the ones that's running, I just feels like Donald Trump is the better one. He's the better one. And I'm saying I don't agree with everything that he stands for. But April says it's South Carolina, a battleground state. Yes. Marie says, Shank, people like me had work to get my SSI, but if he do that, that means people who is getting to retire will not get it. And I'm in agreement with y'all. I won't sit up here and say that, he should take the SSI away. I would like to know why, and I would like to know if he is planning on taking the SSI away, then is it a substitute for that for these people, or what do he expect the people to do? That's one of the questions that I would like to ask him. But let me take a quick break and I'll be back because I want to run to some of his clips. Y'all give me like not even 2 minutes. Let me take a break and I'll be right back. Let me see if I got a commercial to run to. And I'll come right back. Y'all want to go to his clip. I think I got a commercial. Bear with me. Okay. I want to welcome everybody to the rebirth of Shank. For those that know me, know me. And for those who don't know me, I hope you had a chance to get to know me. Yeah. So you wouldn't have a problem with a man taking charge, even if you made
he has to take charge. I don't want no man that I can, that I take charge of. Nah.
A lack of finance, resources, and some other things is a probable cause for anyone to suffer from mental illness.
No, she's not. She spreads lies. She wants to humiliate the moms. That's what she does.
I wanted to bring you guys breaking news.
That's what she does.
I wanted to bring you guys breaking news.
That's what she does.
To bring you guys breaking news. All right. So let's go to give me a minute, y'all. Beck says has to be a substitute. Let's listen to some of Trump.
I've never had anybody with a pardon. The endorsements, mostly good, but 10% of them just really are not very appreciative. I wish I had them to do again. I would never give them. I'll tell you that much right now. The hell with those people. But when I pardon somebody, I've never had anybody get out and said, "Oh, I don't like him. I never liked him. I'd like to run against him. I'd like to do." They see me and they literally start to cry. People with records and people that had some big problems, and they're cleaner than anybody else in the room. When you give a pardon, they're expunged of everything. They're the cleanest people. I often say this guy who had a rough life is cleaner than anybody else in the room. All dilettantes, right? They say the cleanest. But it's something that I really appreciate. So we appreciate some of the people that I gave pardons to are in this room. We all know who you are. I know who you are.
Now, what do we say about the people that he gave pardons to? What can we say about the people that he gave pardons to? He did pardon a lot of prisoners. He did call for the release of a lot of prisoners that still would be incarcerated. So my thing with it is, you take the good with the bad. To sit up here and say that he hasn't done nothing right, to sit up here and say that when Donald Trump was in office, that he failed the American people, that he just didn't do nothing, that wouldn't be being honest. That wouldn't be telling the truth. To sit up here and say, well, he did, say this, he did do that, I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement. And I've always said this, even before I decided to go Donald Trump. Everybody knows I've always said it about Trump, his big mouth. I've always said it. My only issue with the man, he didn't know when to open his mouth and he didn't know when to close his mouth. And if you talk, and if you talk to an honest Trump supporter, they will agree with you. They will agree his mouth got in the way. And remember, that's what I said. White people, black people, and us all, we got to learn sometimes to get our own way. Leslie says that's true. It's not much, but that's all some people have to live on because they are no longer able to work or was born with disabilities. I'm with you, Leslie. Jen says, agreed. Sometimes I will cringe at what he would say. And that was my only issue with him, Jen. And anytime, even back then, before I was saying I would vote for Donald Trump and I would talk to his supporters, that would always be the main thing that I would always say when it came down to Trump. It was this in the tweets. But for me, outside of this and the tweets, for me, I think he done a good job. I think Donald Trump done a good job. And that's what I'm looking at. Because as I stated earlier, no matter who it is that get in that office, if I was to get in that office, trust me, hell, y'all already on my head now when I make moves. Y'all already running my name in the dirt when I do this or when I do that. So I could imagine if I became president, I could imagine how y'all would be towards me. So no matter who gets in that office, you're going to have to take the good with the bad and sometimes the ugly. So when it came to him calling for the release, when it came for him to sign them pardons, a lot of prisoners, a lot of them. So what do we say about that? What do we say about that? Drop a 1 and y'all know how we roll over here. It's an open platform. Everybody's opinion and everybody's perspective is respected. So if you're a Trump supporter, you are welcome over here. If you don't like Trump, you are welcome over here. It ain't going to be no, just because we got Trump supporters over here, it ain't going to be no bashing them. It ain't going to be no Trump supporters bashing people that's not for Trump. That's not what this platform is about. That's not what it's about. It's about everybody having a voice. It's about everybody being able to express and give their opinion. So I don't want nobody to feel like they can't acknowledge that they are a Trump supporter. I don't want nobody to feel like just because they are against Trump. You could disagree with me all day long. So don't feel like you can't disagree with me because, I'm going to get offended. No. If you are a Trump supporter, you are welcome. If you're against Trump, you are welcome. Y'all know how we roll over here. let me go back into some more Trump.
It was my honor. It was my honor. A man who I really like, and he's a hell of a pastor, I can tell you that, Pastor Mark Burns. Mark, where are you? Where's Mark Burns? He's a great guy. Good. These lights are so bright in my eyes that I can't see too many people out there. But I can only see the black ones. I can't see any white ones, you see? That's how far I've come.
Now stop right there. Stop right there. And I'm going to let the audience decide. Some people feel as though that was a racist comment. Some people feel as though he was showing that he's prejudiced. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Do y'all think that was a racist statement? And remember, everybody's opinion, everybody's perspective is respected. So I don't want nobody feeling like, well, I don't want to answer the question because I don't want people to look at me a certain way because I'm a Trump supporter. I don't want to answer the question because I don't want people to look at me a certain way because I'm not a Trump supporter. We don't do that over here, y'all. We don't do that over here. We don't do that over here. Do y'all feel like that was a racist statement? Because you know that they're saying, some folks are saying that was a racist statement. Me, I don't think that was a racist statement. E. Beck says, no, it was a joke and low-key acknowledgement. That's how I took it, E. Beck. You know what I mean? The Full Life says, I can't, but what was the crowd reaction? I'd like to know. I don't like, once again, we have become so sensitive. You know, we are in our own way. I've done a demonstration and I asked the question, can black people be racist? Marie says, yes, Shank, he is my brother. When he got in the chair, he has said what is not good to do and what he's going to do. Ebony says, sounded like he was shading white people to me. Just my opinion. How do y'all feel? Ebony, and that's a good look, Ebony. Ebony says, sounded like he was shading white people. Just my opinion. Jen says, I don't know if it was necessary. He does think he's funny, though. Right. Salute, Carol, salute. And one thing I could say about being a speaker, for me, let me just say for me, y'all, because everybody is not going to agree with me. But by me being a speaker, by me being a content creator, I kind of like, now I'm far from a comedian, but y'all know that's why I let y'all roast me. Because I don't want to be so serious that I come off as untouchable or where as though a person can't talk to me. So y'all know me, every now and then, I, say some stuff, to just loosen up the crowd. So the Full Life says, sounds like he wants to show that he has black support. That's how I took it. I took it the same way. I didn't take it as him being racist. I just took it as him just acknowledging, look, I got black people now. Because for a minute, even me, I'm keeping it 100. Me, I was like, nah, I ain't rolling with Trump. Hell no. And a lot of black people felt that way. No. But, I mean, when you talk to black people like myself, they're going to tell you, they're going to say, hey, give me Trump. Because Trump says what he means, and he means what he says. Trump gets the job done. Y'all know my issues with him. The mouth, the tweets, that's it. But he gets the job done. I mean, it is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. He had the whole world. He had the whole world on the edge of their seats, like this motherfucker right here. I used to laugh. I used to laugh because he was unpredictable. That's another good sign of a good leader. I'm being honest. Because if you are a leader and if you are predictable, it's easy for your ops. It's easy for your enemies to attack you. If you are a leader and you are predictable, it's easy to be attacked. But if you are a leader and if you're unpredictable, and that's in the 48 laws of power. For anybody out there that read the 48 laws of power, when you weak, you got to project that you're strong. When you're strong, you got to project that you're weak. You got to be unpredictable. He's unpredictable. They knew not to play with him. Salute Vivian. Salute Vivian. Vivian says it's so good to see more African Americans are opening their eyes. Welcome to the club, Shank. Donald Trump is not a racist. You're right. Donald Trump gets the job done. He keeps his promises. I mean, you feel me? Salute the real Empress. Salute Lori B. Appreciate you for pulling up. Now, let's get to this name calling. This for my TikTok watchers. A couple, no, I don't think nobody name called me on YouTube, but for my TikTok watchers. And if any of y'all is watching, pull up because I want to talk to y'all about this name calling. I want to talk to y'all about calling me an Uncle Tom. I'll take that. I'll take the Uncle Tom. Why do I take that? Why should I take the Uncle Tom? Because Uncle Tom was actually a hero. It was Sambo. But so y'all can keep on calling me an Uncle Tom. I'll take that title all day long. I'll be an Uncle Tom. But see, once again, and not just black people, white people, and people, period. Once again, we gotta stop listening to what other folks say. We got to stop believing what other folks say. We got to start doing our own homework. Do you know how many years certain black people were called Uncle Toms? Do you realize for so many years, Uncle Tom was thought of as a black person that was a sellout, but that wasn't even the case. The real Uncle Tom was a hero. Now, let's get to the sellout. How am I a sellout? Who have I sold out? Name me one person that I sold out. Do your homework on Shank Rock. I tell anybody, do your homework, but make sure when you do your homework, make sure you do your homework. Don't go off of what you hear somebody else say. Because if you go off of what somebody else say, especially somebody that don't like me, you can imagine what a person going to say about me that don't like me. They're not going to have nothing nice to say about me if they don't like me. Any and everybody that know me knows I'm far from a sellout. I'm far from a sellout. I just see the bigger picture. That's all. I see the bigger picture. And just because I see the bigger picture, that don't mean that there's something wrong with the decision that I make. I see the bigger picture. I see the bigger picture. Let's backtrack. Okay? When Hillary was running for president, everybody was saying vote for who? When Hillary was running for president, everybody was saying vote for Trump. Y'all remember? Y'all remember when Hillary was running for president, people were saying vote for Trump. Why was they saying vote for Trump? We got to vote for Trump so Hillary won't win. Remember? Because people didn't want Hillary to become president because of those emails. Y'all remember? Y'all remember? We ain't voting for Hillary. We voting for Trump. And then Trump get in office. Next time for election, who did y'all say to vote for? And why did y'all say to vote for him? And then it was, we got to vote for Biden. Remember? Why was the people saying we got to vote for Biden? To do what? To get Trump out of office. Remember? Y'all wasn't even caring about what Biden was going to do when he got in there. Huh? So now you voted for Biden to get Trump out of office. Now Biden has been in office for 4 years. Y'all complaining about Biden. Yes or no? Now let me go even deeper than that. Remember when Obama was running for president? Huh? We got to vote for Barack. We got to vote for Obama. We got to get the first black president in there. He black. So we got to vote for Obama. Huh? Then when Obama got in office, what was y'all saying? Now I'm talking to the black side of the family with this. What was y'all saying when Obama got in there? Man, that damn Obama ain't do nothing for black people. Come on, people. Come on. Why isn't the American people, now I'm talking about everybody. I ain't just talking about black, I'm talking about all of us. Why are the American people never satisfied? Vivian says folks need to come out of their sensitive feelings, stop being brainwashed by the race baiters. We all know who the race baiters are. They are not in the Republican Party. Kate Carr says, so what's the bigger picture? Kate Carr says he didn't do nothing for black folks. I'm just showing y'all the repeated pattern. I'm showing y'all a pattern from Obama to Trump to Biden. We got to vote for Barack. He black, right? People voted for him. He got in there. Man, I shouldn't have voted for Obama. Man, Obama ain't ish. Remember? Then Hillary running. Vote for Trump. Because Hillary, them emails and some other stuff. Vote for Trump. Nobody wasn't pushing that Trump was racist. Nobody was pushing that Trump was prejudiced. Remember? Everybody was talking about how much money Trump had. Y'all remember? Yeah, Trump a businessman. So you didn't vote for Hillary. You voted for Trump. Then when Trump get in there, Trump did everything he said he was going to do. He ran the country the way a businessman should run a country, because the last time I checked, the United States of America is a corporation. That's the last time I checked. That's why you have a president. So now you got this businessman that's president running the country like a business. You ain't happy with him. So now here come the next joker, Biden. We got to vote for Biden to get Trump out of there. Voted for Biden. Now you ain't happy with Biden. I'm going to ask again, why are the American people never satisfied? Ebeck says Hillary thought she had favor and was entitled. Leslie says, I'm not going to say anything if we're not going to be really honest. I myself thinking about not voting this year. If people feel like Trump is a better man for president, that's their decision. Salute, Sabrina. Salute, Sabrina. Sabrina says my vote for 2024 will be on hold. And a lot of voters aren't casting their votes. A lot of voters aren't casting their votes. Because they feel like no matter who gets in there. And in my opinion, that's true. That's true. And I'm going to tell y'all why. It ain't Biden's fault. It ain't Trump's fault. It ain't Barack's fault. It ain't Hillary's fault. Do y'all realize? Do y'all realize? This is the repercussions. What we're seeing today and what we have been seeing for years is the repercussions of presidents a long time ago. Remember the war on drugs. Trump wasn't around during the war on drugs. Obama wasn't around, but go back. Go back. Okay, now I want to talk about the racism. I want to talk about the prejudice that some people say that Trump ignites. Come on, people. Racism, prejudice, been in this country way before Trump. We got to stop looking for the scapegoat. We got to stop looking for other people to point the finger at and blame for these issues that we're faced with. We just got to stop. I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. We got to stop pointing the finger. It's like going to the hospital. You know, you go to the hospital, you might go to the emergency room. They could patch you up, but they could never get to the root of the problem. If you get to the root of the problem, you're going to fix the problem. Leslie says, well, you can't erase history, and you can't. And that's what I'm leaning towards. We got to look at history. We got to study history. And history will show you what the problem is. So whether Trump becomes president or not, no matter who gets in there, it's like a mechanic. It's like you done had 11, 12 different mechanics work on your car. Out of 11 mechanics, only 2 of them really knew what they was doing. But those 2 were the first ones, were your first mechanics. But you thought that the first 2 mechanics' prices was too high. Right? They got the job done, but you felt like their prices was too high. You felt like they were charging you too much to fix on your car. So you did what? You start taking shortcuts. Huh? Because you ain't like the first 2 mechanics. Because you felt like they were charging too much. You don't like them. Then you got other people in your ear. See, girl, I wouldn't let him fix on my car. He charged too much. Sound familiar? The get along, go along game. So you taking your girlfriend's opinion on the mechanics, or you listening to your homeboys. Your homeboy telling you, man, yo, don't pay that mechanic all that money. Yo, I could fix your car. How many of y'all got homeboys that swear they know what they can do and they swear they can fix a car. So now you get ready to start taking shortcuts. You don't want the mechanic that charge what you think is too much, but get the job done. So you start going to these back alley mechanics. You start going to your homeboy. Now here come your homeboy. But that's your homeboy. So then your regular mechanics, the two good mechanics, they charge $300-400. Now here come your homeboy, man, I charge half of that. Just give me half of what they charge you. So you give your homeboy $150 to put on some brakes. Your homeboy tell you he can have the brakes fixed within 2-3 hours. How hard is it to do brake pads? It really ain't even gonna take you that long to do brake pads. So now you done gave your homeboy the $150. Your homeboy get MIA on you, missing in action. You calling them, you texting them, but because that's your homeboy, now your homeboy, you don't see your homeboy for 2 days. He got you $150. Do y'all get where I'm coming from? All because you wanted to take a shortcut. Now your first two mechanics, they got the job done. It's about getting the job done. It's about getting the job done. Who is going to get the job done? Vivian says Donald is cleaning the swamp. If you're paying attention, you'll notice a lot of politicians, celebrities, etc., are stepping down. Celebrity shows are being canceled. DA judges are getting busted. Exactly. Before Life says exactly. LOL. People don't know how easy breaks are. I'll say it again. It's not about if you like the person. Can this person get the job done? It's not about whether the person is going to do the job how you would do the job. We got to get out of our own way, people, because we famous for that. We famous for saying, I wouldn't have done it that way. I wouldn't have said it that way. I would have done it this way. I would have said it this way. But see, the problem is you're not the one that's up for the job. That person is the one that's doing the job. I say it all the time. Let that person do their job. Salute Mel. Mel says, many of us work on jobs with people in the wrong positions. Not everyone is meant to be a CEO. Most CEOs usually spend 6 years in that position per company before another is hired due stagnation. And that's so true. Everybody is not fit. Everybody is not built. Like me, it's certain things I'm just not built for. It's certain things I'm not fit for. So it's certain lanes I'm not going to get in. It's certain positions. It's certain jobs. So what we got to focus on, whether it's Trump or not, cast your vote on whomever you choose because it's your vote. So cast your vote wherever you feel as though your vote should go. Let's go back to Trump.
Bluetooth connected.
We've come a long way together. Lynn Patton, she's been incredible. Lynn Patton. And tonight's honoree is so deserving, Mary Mipp.
If you watch YouTube videos for at least 1 hour a week, you could be owed up to $1,000 a week in passive digital.
Commercial.
Pearson. So Mary and CJ, congratulations. That's unbelievable. With the help of many of you in this room, we are going to win the South Carolina primary tomorrow night. Hey, this is exciting. Stick around. We'll all get together, okay? And this November, we're going to defeat crooked Joe Biden. He's a crooked, corrupt, horribly incompetent president who's destroying our country. Other than that, I think he's quite a nice man. No, you know, it's funny. I was talking this day. We had a big rally. We could have filled that arena. It's a 8,000 seat arena. We could have filled that thing 3 times. And I said to the people, I didn't say this often, but I said, look, here's a story. I always respected the office of the president and the presidency so much, and I would never hit Biden very hard. But then he indicted me. He indicted me. I said, I can't believe it. I got indicted. I got impeached and we won them, thanks to these couple of guys back here. But I got impeached, and Ben was helpful too, I will tell you. But I got impeached. That was a terrible thing. Should never happen. And it turned out I was right in the impeachment. The phone call turned out to be exactly right. They found the laptop from hell. It confirmed everything that I said. They actually go around now saying, you know, we shouldn't have impeached that guy. He was absolutely right. But we beat him twice. But I got indicted for nothing, for something that is nothing. They were doing it because it's election interference. And then I got indicted a second time and a third time and a fourth time. And a lot of people said,
how do y'all feel about the indictments? How do y'all feel about those indictments? He said Biden indicted him. Salute Sagas. Salute Sagas. Appreciate you for pulling up. How do y'all feel about the indictments? He beat the indictments. The Full Life says America made its own standards for the job of President. Donald Trump does not fit that standard. He's more like a buzzard, not an ego. Mel says the president is just the CEO for this corporation called the U.S. And that's fact. And that's what I'm saying. The U.S. is a business. It's a corporation. So you got a president, as I stated. Now, Trump, a businessman. And I'm not saying that the other presidents wasn't businessmen. But Trump is a businessman. Most of us, was happy when he got in office. Now, let me know, as a businessman, from a business perspective, did Donald Trump, when he was in office, did he do anything to help the economy? When Donald Trump was in office, did he do anything to help the economy? Was he able to stimulate the economy? Jobs? How do y'all feel? Drop a 1. Let's start there. Drop a 1 if you feel like when Trump was in office, he helped stimulate the economy. Drop a 1. Drop a 1, y'all. Drop a 2 if you feel like he ain't do nothing for the economy. Saga says he kept all the other countries in line. And I spoke on that earlier, Sagas. He was unpredictable. And a good leader is a leader that's unpredictable. If you are predictable, you ain't going to make no good leader. Because when you should be going left, you're going right. You cannot be predictable. Trump was unpredictable. You didn't know what you was going to get, but it kept the other countries in line. Huh? The Full Life says COVID left him no choice in most cases. Ebeck says, do you believe that the election was stolen? After that commercial break, things look different. Honestly, I don't know. At first, I didn't think that the election was stolen. At first. I don't know now. I don't know now. I don't know now. But as a leader, you have to be unpredictable. You cannot have it where as though people know your next move. Salute, Lady V. Appreciate you for pulling up, Lady V. Salute. As a leader, you cannot be predictable. You cannot have it where as though people know your next move. You got to let them think you weak when you strong. You got to let them think you strong when you weak. You got to shake them. You got to throw them. You got to keep them off balance. You got to make them like, God damn, this man, as a good leader. As a good leader. Because if you ever get attacked, if you're ever under attack, you got to have them off balance. So they don't know. They don't know what you're going to do. They don't know if you're going to drop a bomb on them. They don't know if you're going to send some hitters. They don't know if you're going to pull up and spray the place. You got to keep them in the mind frame of looking at you as unpredictable. That was Donald Trump. Full Light says that Ravens game was stolen. Yeah. Vivian says indictments are in place to get Donald Trump out of the way. They want him off the ballot. The corrupt Carver want Donald in jail on false charges to keep him from winning. And here's my thing, y'all. Here's my thing. Guilty or not? Let's look at what's going on. They couldn't get him on the indictments. Now they got, 91 charges? And they can't get nothing to stick. $91 charges. And remember the indictments. They couldn't get nothing to stick. I'll say it again. Donald Trump is unpredictable. You don't know which way he gonna go. And as a good leader, you gotta be unpredictable. You cannot get too comfortable being a leader. Because you don't know who you got on your team that might sell you out. That's just how you got to move. So in my opinion, I think Trump is unpredictable. And I think that's a good thing, to be unpredictable. Those other countries don't know. They don't know if he's bluffing. They don't know if he's serious. That comes along with the territory. It comes along with the territory. You got to have them like that. And it's good to have them like that. So when they'll never see it. They'll never see it. Now, I want to talk about when he came out. Vivian says, no wars under Trump's administration. Now, look at what's happening in the Middle East. Now, America is butting their nose in those wars as we speak. Lady V says, all I can say is count the cost when selecting the president. Unpredictability is dangerous, and the citizens will have to bear the burden of the consequences, in my opinion. And you're right, Lady V. You're right. You're right. So when he comes out, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited. And I do have footage. I'm going to try to get it uploaded tonight. But if I'm not able to get the footage uploaded tonight, I will be sharing the footage with you all. But so when he comes out, I'm like, and everybody's standing. We standing. And for like the first 15 minutes, standing ovation. Everybody was standing. It probably was maybe like close to 30 minutes. He literally had to say, okay, y'all can sit down. it was a standing ovation for him. That's what I witnessed. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. Now, he had the councilman, Tim Scott. Tim Scott is black. And he was given a standing ovation. Like at the rally, I didn't see nothing wrong with the rally. I didn't see nothing wrong with the rally. Let me drop my link, y'all. Let me drop my link. If anybody want to pull up, feel free to pull up. If anybody want to hit the panel, feel free to hit the panel. K Car says, how much did they charge for a cup of Kool-Aid? Everything was free. Vivian says, dang, wish I could have been there. Donald Trump don't hold rallies on the West Coast. And I do have other pictures. Like I said, I do have footage. That's another picture of me holding a Trump sign. Like I said, I do have other footage. Leslie says Trump won North Carolina. That's me again. And as I stated earlier, y'all might want to get ready. Y'all might want to prepare yourselves for the next president, for the 47th president being Donald Trump. Y'all might want to brace yourselves. Because it's looking that way. You don't gotta like them. How many of y'all bosses do y'all like? How many of y'all supervisors do y'all like? How many of y'all employees that y'all work with? How many of y'all co-workers that y'all work with? How many of them do y'all like? How many of y'all bosses are prejudiced? How many companies that y'all work for are prejudiced? Jennifer says, oh, to feel the energy in that room. And I'm just keeping it 100. Now, y'all got to remember now, I'm a black man. Me and Miss Parker, we black. And there were probably like 5, 6, 7 other black people. And we in there with I mean, if you turn right, if you turn left, I didn't feel no tension. I didn't feel no hostility. I didn't. Miss Parker said the same thing. That's what we felt at the rally. We were there. We were there. We had good conversations. I think me and Miss Parker took with people, at least 25. At least 25 people took pictures with us. Can we take a picture with y'all? Can you get in this picture with me? At least 25, probably more than that. We were being dragged all over the place. Get them to come up here. Can y'all come up here? We was everywhere. News reporters. The Japanese journalists. I didn't feel no tensions when I was at the Trump rally. Now, I've been around some white people and felt, you know, some hostility. I ain't feel it there. I didn't feel it there. I didn't feel it at that rally. The Full Life says, that's crazy, Shank, amazing. I was there. Like I said, me and Miss Parker, shout out to Miss Parker, we was there. Because, as I stated before, let me find out. Let me do the homework. See, let me go. I ain't going off of what somebody else tell me. Can you say the same thing? I ain't a part of the go along to get along game. No. I've been there. That's high school. That's high school. Because they say don't vote for Trump. Because they call Trump this. They call Trump that. Kate Carr says there's no good option this time around. And that's all I'm saying. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Biden, he don't stand a chance against Trump. Now, I can proudly say that. You want me to choose between Trump and Biden? Man, give me Trump. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Now, I'm not telling you and you who to vote for. I'm not telling y'all who to vote for. I'm just saying sometimes we can be in our own way. Sometimes. And sometimes we go by what other people say. And we are in this comfortable lifestyle. The American people. Now I'm talking about the American people. We are in this comfortable lifestyle. If a war broke out the day or tomorrow, what would you do? What would he do? What would I do if a war broke out the day or tomorrow? It can happen. Yeah, let me guess. America is exempt, right? There's been wars all over the world. We've been in war before. We don't think it can happen to us. What will we do? What will we do? Do we got strict immigration laws? Trump was talking about building a wall, remember? I laughed at him. I'm being honest. I laughed at Trump when he talked about building a wall. That wall ain't get built. Now look at our immigration problem. And if you think that we don't got an immigration problem, you part of the problem. We definitely got a big immigration problem. Should people be allowed to come to this country and strive to live a better life? Sure. But it's a proper way for them to go about it. And why do the American people have to be put on the back burner? Why do the immigrants come to this country and get more privileges, have more privileges than the American people? If I'm lying, somebody correct me. If I'm lying. Why? So you got to at least acknowledge his immigration policy and what he stood for. I laughed. I was one of the ones that laughed when he talked about building the wall. 4 years later, we wish he'd have built that wall. Look at the immigration problems that we have in this country. Look at the border. Usually, I'm probably 10 for 10. Usually, when I get out my own way, and when I investigate and I see it for what it is, it always end up whenever. That's why I always tell y'all, let it play out. When you let it play out, everything gonna fall in order. Okay, it's time for me to do my homework on Trump. It's time for me to go to a rally. Have you went to a Trump rally? See, now I'm gonna pop a little ish. I'm gonna pop a little ish for the haters. I'm gonna pop a little ish for those that call me a Sambo. I'm gonna pop a little ish for those that call me a sellout. Have you went to a Trump rally? Would you go to a Trump rally? Huh? Ain't nothing scary about Shank Rock. Would you go to a Trump rally? Ask yourself that. Since I'm so much of a sellout, you big and bad, right? But you get around a bunch of white folks, you big and bad. Got to get out of your own way. We got to get out of our own way. We got to evolve. You know what I'm talking about? We got to evolve. We got to stop being comfortable. We got to stop holding on to certain things from 30 and 40 years ago. Let it go. Take it out with the garbage. Let it go. Take your mind, your old mind that you've been comfortable with. Take it out with the garbage and bring in a new mind. You know what? Let me stop acting stuck up. You know what? Let me stop acting like I know everything. Some of y'all just swear up and down you know everything. The truth can be right in front of you, but you still ignore it because of your old mind frame. There, the truth go right there. Huh? The truth right in your face. But you got the old mind frame that you have been comfortable with for years. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You ain't got nothing nice to say about nobody. Every time somebody steps up and do something good, you in your twisted mind, you in your stale ass mind, and something about that person. What do you mean? It's something about he too nice. She too nice. Huh? See, the old mind. You're too comfortable. It's not her. It's not him. It's you. We got a lot of work to do as Americans. I ain't letting y'all off the hook, white folks. I ain't letting y'all off the hook, black folks. I ain't letting the immigrants off the hook. I ain't letting nobody off the hook. We got a lot of work to do. Cast your vote. Whomever you want to cast your vote on. But don't knock the next person because they don't vote for who you think that they should vote for. I need to talk to you right there. Right there, you. Do not get mad at the person that don't vote for who you think they should vote for. That's their vote. God damn. I mean, if I'm lying, somebody correct me. You got folks that get mad at other folks because other folks vote for who they want to vote for. How can you get mad at somebody that vote for who they want to vote for? That's their right. That's their choice. So getting mad at a person because they don't vote who you think they should vote for, come on. That's high school. Some of y'all 60 years old, but still got a high school mind frame. You was been out of high school. Leave them young people in high school and let the young people stay in high school. Your old ass need to be in a senior citizen building somewhere. Stop thinking high school. Right now, it's some people. And I'm talking to all Americans. I ain't just talking to black people. But right now, it's some people that won't make a decision because they're worried about what their friends are going to say. Well, you know, we've been friends for 25 years, and make your own decision based off of you. Because let me bring this home. Your friend might like apples. You might like oranges. The person that your friend vote for might get them apples. You don't like apples. But this person over here can give you oranges. Now, who you going to vote for? I'm voting for the person that's going to give me what I like. I'm voting for the person that's going to align with what I have in line. I don't want apples. Me and my people in my house, we don't eat apples. We eat oranges. So that person that you voting for can only give apples. I want to vote for the person that can give oranges. Am I making myself clear? I'm almost finished and I'm going to wrap it up. But I have to focus on the American people that's not free thinkers. Think for yourself. Don't let Shank-Rock tell you who to vote for. Don't let Shank-Rock tell you to vote for Donald Trump. I'm telling you why I'm voting for the man. I'm telling you what I see. You might not see what I see. So I'm not telling nobody to vote for Donald Trump, but I'm telling everybody that if you do vote, you don't have to vote. But if you do vote, vote for who you want to vote for. But don't get mad at the next person because they vote for who they want to vote for. And start looking at them sideways. And have a problem and an attitude with them. Now you don't want to call your people because your people ain't voting for who you voting for. So you don't even want to talk to them no more. Your people been trying to call you and contact you, but you don't want to talk to them. I just can't talk to her. Why not? Because she voting for so-and-so. So I can't talk to her. Huh? Yeah. I ain't voting for that person. I wouldn't vote for that person. So I can't talk to no. It's so high school. It's just so high school. Oh, I can't talk to her. Why? She a Muslim. I can't talk to her. She a Jehovah's Witness. I can't talk to her because she a Christian. Believe it or not, it's a lot of American people out there. Notice I'm saying American people. None of us is exempt. But it's a lot of American people that's out there that's caught up in that mind frame. that won't let the next person be who they want to be. It's called peer pressure. Drop a 1 if you know about peer pressure. You know how many people got cheated out of their lives? You know how many people got cheated out of education? You know how many people got cheated out of you know how many men got cheated out of a good woman? All because his homie felt like the woman that he had wasn't good. And deep down inside, the homie knew that that was a good woman for him. That's jealousy. That's envy. You do know that, right? You do know people in your circle. I'm talking to all Americans. You do know people that's in your circle. You do know people that's in your family is jealous of you and envy of you. So you do know that you got to be very, 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 very careful on who you listen to. You got to be very, very, very careful on what somebody else tells you about somebody else. Talking about all Americans. Nobody is exempt. But that's what I see that's been happening in this country for a long time. And I'm not just talking about it on a political basis. I'm talking about it in general. Your social life, your relationships. You got to learn to make the decision on your own. You got to learn to make the best decision for you. That's what's going to benefit you. You can't worry about what somebody else think. You know how many people in your circle, I'm talking about all Americans, immigrants, y'all not exempt. Do y'all know how many people in your circle that envy you, that hate and is jealous of you because of what you got? You do know that, right? You do know that, right? You want to be around people. You want to be in the mix with people that got your best interests. Can't give everybody access to you. I think we all know that. I don't even got to speak on that. Everybody know that. You can't give everybody access to you. Ladies, you can't open up your legs to any man. Ladies, there are a lot of men out here that is up to no good. So you cannot open up your legs to every man. You got some men on purposely wake up with the mind frame of destroying a woman. I'm almost finished. People of America, we got to do better. We got to do better. If you're not in high school, stay out of high school. If you're not 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, maybe 19 years old, stay out of high school. Let that high school mentality go. Get rid of that high school mentality. I'm telling you, it's going to come and bite you in your ass when it plays out. I'm telling you. I promise you. And one day, you're going to come to Shank Rock. And you're going to tell me, Shank, you was right. You were so right. You were so right. I was thinking so high schoolish. I'm almost finished. I'm going to close on this. You have a lot of miserable people in the world. You have a lot of miserable people that you come in contact with every day. You got to be careful. One thing that I learned about life is very serious. And the decisions that you make today can affect you and your loved ones for a long time. Notice in the story of Adam and Eve, that one mistake that they both done caused them what? To be driven out of the Garden of Eden. You got to be careful. You can still be 40, 50 years old and still be faced with peer pressure. Don't you let nobody encourage you, or don't you let nobody make you feel a certain way that you have to go along with what they want you to go along with. I hope that I'm getting across to you all. I hope it's sinking in. I hope that it's sinking in, because I know we all are faced with that kind of pressure every day. All of us are faced with that pressure, peer pressure. We all are faced with it. And if you don't know what it is, it's called peer pressure. Your peers is pressuring you to make decisions based off of how they feel and what they think the decision you should make should be based off of them and what they say goes in your life. What part of the game is that? But I bet when it comes time to them to make their decisions, I promise you, they ain't gonna take no advice from you. They ain't gonna listen to a word that you got to say when it's time for them to make their decisions. They ain't gonna listen to you. They gonna debate it. They gonna beat you down about you pressuring them to make a decision. But when it comes time for you to make your decision, they got all the advice in the world. I'm going to close with me. For any of y'all, and I want y'all to hear this, for any of y'all that have a problem with who I choose to vote for, just do me a favor. Don't come around me. If you got a problem with who I choose to vote for, don't come around me. Now, we can chop it up. We can talk about it. If you want to pull up and if you want to talk about it and say, well, Shank, even though I know you said you're going to be voting for Trump, but, can we talk? Yeah, we can talk. Shank, I just found out something about Donald Trump that I think you should hear. Sure. But if you got a problem, don't pull up. Do me a favor, don't pull up. I'll state it again. You can talk to me. You can pull up. We can debate. You might change my mind. If you've been around me long enough, where Mel at? Mel will tell you that. Shank going to believe what he believe, But he will listen to you. And if you dropping some jewels, and if you make sense, Shank will change his mind. So we can have that. We could do that all day long. You might be able to change my mind. You might be able to pull up and say, Shank, let me talk to you. Okay, let's talk. You might be able to change my mind. But to have a problem with my decision, I can't rock with you, because I'm not going to have a problem with your decision. Whomever you choose to vote for, that's who you choose to vote for. So I'm not going to have a problem with that. I ain't in high school. I'm on my grown man-ish. I ain't in high school. And I don't want people around me that can't think for themselves. I don't want you around me if you can't think for yourself. If you got to base your decision off of what somebody else says and off of what somebody else decides for you, then I don't want you around me. You still high school. You still in high school. You haven't reached the level of a man or a woman, because a man or a woman, they're going to think for themselves. A man or a woman is going to make the decision that's going to affect them. They're going to make that decision on their own. It is what it is. Ain't no love lost. Salute Melanated Queen. Salute OG Patrice. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. When I was at the rally, I seen the dedication that the Trump supporters had for Trump. Who am I? Who am I? Let me say it again. When I was at the rally, I seen the dedication that the Trump supporters had for Trump. It was a whole section, 102. He had a whole section, and they were from North Carolina, but that section follows him all around the United States of America, wherever he's at, that section. Now, they were from all over in North Carolina, but wherever he is at, they're there. If he's in Phoenix, if he's in Las Vegas, if he's in Detroit, wherever Donald Trump is at, his supporters are there. That's dedication. And regardless of what the world says about him, regardless of what the world thinks about him, they still dedicated to him. They still 10 toes down. When the whole world, see, that's dedication. That's the followers. Those are the people that you want around you. Those are the people that you should be expected to be with you, regardless of what other people say about you, because they talk about you. But do you got people that's 10 toes down? And I'm absorbing all of this. See, I didn't go to the rally for no shade. I didn't go to the rally on no BS. I went to the rally to absorb. I went to the rally to sharpen up me and see what the man Donald Trump is really about. I went to the rally to see why his supporters are 10 toes down. I went to the rally to see why they support this man. I went to the rally to see why they got this dedication for this man. I'm far from a player hater. I was able to see why they had dedication to him. Because when I look at Donald Trump, I can't speak for why you look at him, but when I look at Donald Trump, I see power. I see a man that says what he means and means what he says. I see a man that stands on business. It is what it is. Once again, I can't say what you see when you look at him. I'm telling you what I saw. I saw a man that's about business from when he came out. And I'm listening to him. And I'm watching him and I'm saying, I see why his supporters rock with him the way they rock with him. Do your supporters rock with you that way? I know y'all thought that I was going to make it about me. Nah, it's about you and your supporters. It ain't about me and my supporters. My supporters are my supporters. My supporters are 10 toes down. But I want to talk about you and your supporters. Do you got supporters? See, remember, we got to stop being comfortable. We got to stop going to work, working a 9 to 5, and that's all we do. We go to work, we punch the clock, we come home. We don't got nothing else to do. We don't got no kind of activities. We don't got no kind of hobbies. What happened to your hobbies? Y'all do remember that we had hobbies. So you work a 9 to 5, and that's all you do. Do you realize, because of social media, that there is a whole world, a new world that exists? I talk to my Facebook people, and they don't even know that social media, they think that social media is Facebook. So when they come to YouTube for the first time and they be like, Shank, this YouTube blew my mind. And they see all the different content creators. And then they hear about the sectors. They be like, Shank, what the hell is a sector? Shank, it blows their mind. Why? Because for so long, they were comfortable. For so long, they didn't want to evolve. For so long, they thought that they knew what was going on in the world. They don't have a clue. It's about evolving. That's what I see when I look at Trump. I see a man that is trying to evolve the American people, but the American people is in their own way. Because the American people is so used to a politician as a president. Please, somebody say amen. I'm hoping y'all listening to me. One thing about me, y'all know that I don't play around. Listen, he's trying to get us to evolve. Because for so long, the American people has had politicians as presidents. Did you hear me? So now you got a businessman that's trying to sharpen up the American people, but the American people are in their own way. They caught in their feelings. They caught in their own feelings. They worried about him. I don't like him. And before you can demonstrate, I don't like him. That's the furthest that you could get with them. All because they don't like him. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, I don't like eating greens, right? The greens is good for me, but I don't like eating the greens, right? But I want to keep eating McDonald's French fries because I like McDonald's French fries. But the greens is going to keep me healthy. But because I don't like greens, I'm past that on the side. So I'm going to roll with the McDonald's French fries. Sound familiar? When I went to the rally, I seen a lot, because we waited in line 3 hours. The line, right? Salute everybody that just pulled up. That's me. That's Miss Parker. Wasn't nobody calling me the N-word. Wasn't nobody calling me and Miss Parker the N-word. Wasn't nobody being disrespectful in there. The news people pulling up on us. The Japan journalists pulling up on us. The white people, you know, can we get a picture with y'all? Yeah, you know, it was one of them. It was like for black people that says that white boy is invited to the barbecue. It was like white people saying that white girl is invited to the barbecue. You know how you got the cool white people? And you be like, you invited to the barbecue. That's how I felt. Me being around all them white people, that's just how I felt. Now, I can't say how they felt, but that's how I felt. The next Trump rally that's in your city, go attend it. That's all I'm saying. Go attend it. You might not see what I seen. You might not feel what I felt. You might feel what I felt, but go to the rally is what I'm saying to y'all. Y'all are welcome. Go to the rally. I advocate for every black American to go to a Trump rally, then come back and say what it is you got to say. See, as I stated before, we can be in our own way because we aren't used to a change. We are so comfortable where we're at. 40, 50 years old, still thinking the same way we've been thinking since we was in high school. Somebody touch your friend or somebody text your friend and tell them Shank-Rock is on. Somebody send this demonstration to somebody because somebody needs to hear this message. And I'm talking to the American people. Nobody is exempt. We all, as American people, still have a high schoolish mind frame. And that's the problem as American people. That's where we're at, American people. So no matter who becomes the 47th president, if you, if he, if she, if Shank-Rock, if we're not right, it don't make a difference who the president is if the American people ain't right. It don't make a difference who become president. If the American people not right, are you right? Don't tell me about Trump. Don't even tell me about Biden. I don't want to hear nothing about Biden. I don't want to hear nothing about Trump. I don't want to hear nothing about Nikki Haley. Are you right? Do y'all realize as American people, believe it or not, that there are other countries that are leading us? Now, the whole world looks towards the United States of America. They say the most powerful seat in the world is in the White House, right? But why aren't we leading the world? Man, China. We talk about China. We could talk about Korea. Because the United States of American people still has a high school mind frame. We are comfortable. We are comfortable. we are comfortable. Let me drop down. Danger says Trump asked judge to delay his $83.3 million payout to E. Jean Carroll. Salute, Tina. A judge gave Trump 30 days to pay the $454 million civil fraud judgment. He'll owe an additional $112,000 in interest each day he doesn't. Salute, Renee. Renee says, yes, way to go, Trump all the way. Biden never got my vote. Kamala either. James, salute. James says, greens is good for you in the long run. Vivian says, dangerous. Really, this conversation has nothing to do with a payout. Why bring that subject up? Renee says, build that wall, enough already. And that's why I said, once again, I don't agree with everything that Trump says. I don't. However, I can't acknowledge the good job that he done. I can't. I wouldn't be fair. I'm far from a player hater. I give credit where credit is due. He talked about that wall. I laughed at him when he talked about the wall. I laughed at him. But when it played out, he was right about that wall. Yes or no? Drop a one. Drop a one if he was right about building that wall. I laughed at him. It played out. He was right about building that wall. Drop a one. Salute, spoken facts. I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know, my problem, and I'll say it again, his mouth, the tweets, and I'll still say it. Now, if he get re-elected, well, if he become the president again, that's the main thing that I want him to do. I want him to shut his mouth. I don't want him on social media. That's me. Because like I said, I don't agree with everything. I don't. But overall, I do believe that Trump did a good job as the 45th president. I do believe that. I know, James. Y'all see New York? Y'all see New York? Just being honest. Everybody see New York. Everybody see the problem, the immigration problem I have in New York. I'll say it again, y'all. We got to do better. We got to evolve. We got to evolve. We got to do better. Because no matter who becomes the 47th president, if we aren't right, if we haven't evolved, if we still holding on to the same old mind frame, OG Patrice says Chicago too. That's the only way that we stand a chance. We, not the president, not whoever become the 47th president. It don't got nothing to do with that person that becomes the president. It's us. It's you. It's me. We gotta change our mind frame. It's okay to switch lanes. It's okay to switch lanes and get on something different. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to want to fix what your problem is. It's okay. It's okay to say, you know what? I need to change. Because, you know, some of us, we think we perfect. That's why I always include myself when I say we gotta do better. I always say I gotta do better. Shank gotta do better. We gotta do better for these babies. I live my life and I got much more to live. Same way with the rest of y'all. What about these babies? Y'all know I always advocate for the babies. Please make sure y'all following me on TikTok. My TikTok is Shank Rock, $1 Million Thing. Make sure y'all following me on TikTok. I want to welcome all my subscribers, all my followers from TikTok. I want to welcome y'all to my YouTube channel. It's just more easier for me to go live on YouTube than TikTok. I know a lot of y'all wants me to do the live on TikTok, but it's just much easier for me to do the live here. So that's why I invited you all here. That's why I had you all to pull up over here on the YouTube channel, because it's just more easier. But I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Make sure everybody pull up on the next demonstration. I'm not sure of the next demonstration. I might do it tomorrow at 10, but it's basically because I got footage. Like I said, I got footage. I got pictures. I got news footage for when me and Miss Parker was on the news. So I'm waiting for that to come. So there's more that I want to share with y'all. It's just too much for me to speak on in this demonstration. So I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Is there anyone, before we shut down, is there anyone that would like to join the panel and hit the panel? Let me know and I'll drop the link. Appreciate that cash donation for life. I'm just checking my cash app. Appreciate that cash donation of For Life. And if you would like to support the channel, the cash app is $ERICMCINT. If you would like to support the channel. All right. While we wait for OG Patrice to hit the link. Salute OG Patrice.
Salute. How you doing, Sean?
I'm doing good. I know you get ready to drop some jewels.
Listen, I just want to say I want our people, specifically, especially Black people, to think about, I know traditionally, we were born and raised into families that were Democrats, right? I was too, my whole life. I used to go straight to the poll and just vote straight Democrat without checking, what the policies are, without checking, going to the websites and checking what some of these policies that these politicians stood for. And then I worked the Obama campaign when I lived in Nevada. First time, I wanted to be a part of that history. I wanted to be able to tell my grandchildren that I helped be a part of that history of putting a Black man in office. And then I saw how politics work firsthand from the back end. And I said, Black people, we've been doing this shit wrong for decades. Ever since the party switched. Because remember now, prohibition and all of that, we were Republicans during the Tulsa era and things of that nature. We had Black people had more businesses, Black people had more home ownerships and things of that nature until the New Deal came in, right? Under the, I think is it the Truman or Roosevelt? One of them. I be getting the presidents mixed up. But Truman. But the history will show us, you guys, that ever since we bought into that, it has not benefited us. It has not. It's been decades and decades of dangling the carrot and the shiny object, the charismatic conversation to us. And don't get me wrong, all politicians do it, right? But I'm talking about specifically voting Democrat our whole lives, you guys. And I just stopped. I said, nah. I said, I'm going to have to start really looking into the policies and what these politicians represent. How does it line up with my family specifically? How does it line up with my community on a local basis, right? So now I become a part of ADOS, which is American Descendants of Slaves. We are asking for reparations and things of that nature. We go before, and this was prior to when Trump was first running against Biden and everything. We go to Trump. He's willing to have the conversation. Pre him, being the actual run for presidency. But Biden people tell us don't talk to them until after. What good was that going to do us after the fact? No, we bringing this agenda and we saying, what are you going to do specifically for Black people? And Trump said, well, did you not look into my Black $1 billion, 500 Black $1 billion platinum plan that I had specifically for Blacks? So if you never owned a business, first time in your life you had this plan was an opportunity. He set that in place. And then guess what we've bought into? The Democrat. Oh, he's racist. He's racist. We listen to people like that need to finally retire, go somewhere and sit down, Aunt Maxine, and people like them. Listen, Black people always say, well, we got to choose between two of the lesser evils, without realizing that Trump really is the lesser evil. Because if you really want to break it down, Trump has not been a politician for as long as Biden has been a politician. Biden comes from the Dixiecrat era, which is the most racist era ever. He was friends with the head of the KKK. What's his name? David Duke's guy. He's the one that when he was senator of Delaware that said he didn't want his children going to school with children that look like ours. See, but we don't look up that history. We just think, well, cause mama them and grandmama them, we was all born and raised, Democrats, so that's the way we gonna keep it. But then you have Trump, and I'm not saying he's the greatest, but compared to Biden, in my humble opinion, he's the best man for the job when it comes to Black people. If he was willing to give something, wasn't even Obama was willing to give us, which was the $500 billion Black Platinum Plan.
That's what I said.
So, we just really got to wake up as a people. And I never had thought, because I didn't like Trump as a person, like during the times when he was having The Apprentice and all of that. But listen, ain't got my dislike of him for that has nothing to do with if he aligns with the things I align with, his policies. When it comes to the immigration, I agree with him on that shit. And if you really pay attention, we had more money in our pocket and better opportunities when he was in office as opposed to when Obama was. Look at the statistics, you guys. That's all I'm saying. We have to really decide to do something different. Now, I will say that voting locally, to me, is absolutely more important. What are your local politicians? How do they align up the policy? But see, because that affects you specifically in your communities. And then go from there with the presidency. See, because we've got none but Chucks and Pearls from Kamala Harris. But see, Kamala Harris and the Clintons and Biden and all of them was a part of the crime bill that put more Black men in jail than ever before for nonviolent crimes. But we don't talk about that, see? So we got to think outside the box. We got to start thinking what is best for us as a people in a community. And if you got somebody that is at least willing to have the conversation, to let Black people sit at the table and ask for something specifically for us, and they are willing to listen, as opposed to somebody say, well, wait till I'm in office. And then when we went back to Biden, they ignored us. They ignored us. And then he said, oh, if I give reparations, we got to give reparations to the Indians. Why you want to invite everybody else to our party? Because see, when the Native Americans got theirs, we wasn't invited to that party. When the Jews got theirs, we wasn't invited to that party. When Germany got theirs, we wasn't invited. The Holocaust victim, we wasn't invited. Japanese, we wasn't invited to their party. But they always want to include other races in when it comes to us. So that $500 billion Black Platinum Plan was specifically designed for us, but we was too busy in our feelings listening to old politicians that need to sit down somewhere and retire and pass the torch to the younger generation. I'm not saying Trump perfect. I ain't even saying he may be racist. But if you want to talk about two of the lesser evils, talk about Biden, who's been a racist and been a politician for over 50 years, as opposed to Trump only being in politics for what, the last 8 to 10 years? So what's the track record here? Who's leading in the track record? I think Biden is, don't you think? When it comes to being racist, when it comes to racist ideologies and Dixiecrat and Democrats that don't want to do nothing but tell us, if you don't vote for me, you ain't Black. And then when Black folks vote for him, he don't do shit for them. I want our people to wake up. We got to do something different. That's all I'm saying. I'm not influencing nobody or who you should vote for or whatever, but I'm saying I'm going a different route. And I have been ever since I worked at Obama campaign and saw how money buys politicians. And when you put your money behind a politician to push something that you want to come see to fruition, that's why LGBTQIA+ got a law to protect them. That's why the Asians got laws to protect them. I was there part of seeing all the money that was coming in. And we can't say Black folk ain't got no money. We spend what? $7 billion alone in the healthcare industry, trying to keep up with the Joneses, looking good in fashion and all the name brand stuff. So please don't say we ain't got the money, because we got it.
Wake us up. Wake us up.
We just spend it on the wrong things. When it comes to the benefit of your families, in your communities, and things of that nature, go to these politician websites and check out what the heck do they stand for? What are their policies? If you're not showing up at none of your meetings in your community, you shouldn't have nothing to say. When somebody gets in that office that you don't like and they pushing a narrative and laws and policies that you don't align with, but you didn't show up, you didn't speak, you didn't vote, but now you want to complain about what you don't like. We got to stop it. And I agree, Shank, we got to do better. We got to do better as a people. Oh, so nothing is going to change for us.
Because no matter who gets in there, if we not right, if we not doing better, it don't make a difference who gets in there.
That part.
Exactly. And that's why I'm trying to destroy the high school mind frame. We got to destroy that high school mind frame. We got to get rid of it. You know, because
it's not just the high school mind frame. It's tradition. It's what's been embedded in us, indoctrinated in us, conditioned in us since the day we were born throughout our families, generation to generation as well.
Because what you'll have is you'll have a group. Let's say you got you might got 7 people, and you got 7 people that can perform. You got 7 people that can get us some production, or we got 7 people that can make things happen. But you gotta watch out for the one, maybe 2 of them. It's always at least 1, but you gotta watch out for the 2 that's trying to corrupt the other 5. So that 5, when you know who it is that's causing the issues, you have to get rid of that person that's causing the issues. in order to get the proper production. You got to get rid of them. Look, you got to go. It is what it is. I don't care how long I've been knowing you. Come on, OG.
Yeah, they got to stop. They got to stop giving us the song and dance, and we got to stop buying into it. Period. We have to stop buying into because they carrying hot sauce in their purse and they saying chucks and pearls and coming to the barbecue dancing and all that crap. Like, what does that get us? Nowhere. And they keep giving us the damn song and dance because we keep buying into it. The charismatic talk and conversation. He literally goes on a black radio station and really it was absolutely an insult to black people. But black people still bought into it and voted for him. And it's unfortunate. We got to wake up. We got to realize this is a new day. And if we want to get anywhere ahead of the curve, we got to listen, we can't expect change doing the same thing. That's called insanity. In order to get something we never had, we got to do something we've never done before. That's all I'm saying. Shank, I appreciate you for letting me come up on your platform.
Because look, I've been saying the same for 2 hours. I've been saying what you summed up in 2-3 minutes. You just basically co-signed everything I was saying. And y'all know OG Patrice wasn't in the chat. She wasn't over here. She said the same thing I said.
I wasn't. I literally ain't been too long, came over. I was like, let me see what Shank talking about. And I was like, okay, he's talking about you have to have a change of mind. You have to do something different in order to get a different results. And that's just what it is. Because trust me, what we doing, it ain't working, y'all. We see it. It's getting worse and worse, especially when it comes to the immigration. I was always with Trump on that and building that wall and not letting illegals come in. And now look how they treating them. They treating them better than us. Our ancestors built this country for free 99. Ain't that something? But they let them immigrants come in and they give them $9,000, setting them up with housing and food and health care. And even if they commit a crime and they ain't on paper, guess what? They might not even go to jail.
Nope. And the immigrants even treating us bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish
they come over here and they think they better than us, and they look down on us.
Yeah,
like we got really, we got to wake up. We got to wake up for real, black folk. But yeah, keep on doing what you're doing. I'm liking what I'm hearing. I'm with you on it, bro. Black people. Y'all always want to talk about y'all woke, this and that and the other. I don't know. I think some of y'all still sleep. Some of y'all might be dozing off at the wheel, something. But y'all better wake up. It's a new day.
It's a new day in time.
All right. Salute to you, Shank. I appreciate you.
OG Patrice, salute.
All right.
Always a pleasure with having OG Patrice on the panel. Well, all of y'all, when y'all hit the panel with me, y'all be dropping jewels. But it's always a pleasure. As always. I mean, we gotta do better. You gotta do better. He, she, I. None of us perfect. And we gotta stop turning our nose up to people because we think we better than them. Because somebody might make a mistake, we want to turn our nose up on them. It goes back to the murderer and the thief. Oh, the thief just knew he was in a better situation than the murderer was. Yes or no? But what did Jesus tell the thief? It ain't no greater sin. Huh? Sin is sin. So we got to stop looking at the sin that our sisters commit. I'm talking to the women now. We got to stop looking at the mistakes that our sisters, we got to stop looking at the mistakes that our girlfriends have done. And we got to stop turning up our nose at them like we better than them. I'm talking to the women. I'm talking to the women. We got to stop. It's no lesser. It's no greater sin. A sin is a sin. We got to stop that. It's too much of that's going on. Ladies, and I'm talking to all American ladies because I've seen it. I've seen it amongst the white women. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to let y'all escape. Just because y'all white, y'all think I'm going to let y'all escape. Y'all ain't no different than the black woman. Stop thinking that y'all are different. But y'all got to stop turning y'all noses up at each other. I was in a demonstration the other day with the white women. And the white women were honoring the black women. The white women was like, I wish white women would like black women. Black women stick together. White women, you know I'm telling the truth. But as white women, y'all got to stop looking down on other white women and turning y'all noses up at other white women. Stop it. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I wish I could take this 2, 3, 4, 5 more hours. Once again, I appreciate all my TikTok followers. I appreciate everybody that's over here by way of Facebook. I definitely appreciate all of the Rock Squad. I appreciate all of my moderators. Salute to everyone. I will see y'all again tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow I can have the footage from the news station and, you know, the footage from the Japanese journalists so I could share with y'all, because I would love to share that footage. I mean, like I said, what I got out of the rally, you know, I learned a lot. And I appreciate you all for pulling up, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Salute, Rock Squad.
I'd like to place an order. Yeah. Hey, let me get a chicken box and a half and half. All right, good looking out.
Tinted window screaming F the law out my mouth. I'm switching lanes from up north to down south. Now everybody trying to figure how I put it down. I took my show on the road straight out of town. Pee-wee is my nigga, so you know I brought some crooks with me.
1998, they tried to throw the book at me.
Tell me what you see every time you take a look at me. A straight P, I only be where the hookers be. A old head, but still can pull any fly chick. One thing's for sure, you never see me ride a nigga dick. I got a thoroughbred who loves to call me pretty daddy. Through Alabama, getting hit in a pink caddy when I come through. Everybody knows me, the young niggas love me. They call me, they OG. Go and do your homework about the shit that I spit. They gon' tell you that nigga Shank is legit. A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes. I'm switching lane. A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. I eat a chicken box before I play a game of spades.
Can I get some
a half and half is sweet tea mixed with lemonade. Some brown liquor with a Coke to sharpen up my skills. I switch lanes cause I only fuck with the real. Now she's a winner, so I got to keep her on my team. Plus I'm a real one, so I never ever sell her dreams. You wanna know if I'll quit or if I'll stop? But they say it ain't over till your casket drops. A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane. A chicken box, a half and half when I'm switching lanes. When I'm switching lane.